All right, what is going on, guys? Scars here, or Brian, whatever you'd like to call me. And today, guys, I'm bringing you a new apartment tour video. If you guys don't know, when I first moved here to Cebu just about a year ago, I made a video about my condo that I was living in, and I lived there for quite a long time, a little over 6 months. So the second half of my time being here in the Philippines, guys, I've since then moved to kind of this more local apartment. So I want to show you guys what 7,000 pesos, which is roughly around $122, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $122 US can get you here in Cebu City, Philippines, or Lapu-Lapu. So I'm gonna take you guys along for the tour, but first I'm gonna start outside. Totally forgot my shoes, but before I even go outside, I just wanna first of all, thank you guys so much for all the crazy support over the last couple uploads. I mean, wow, I think I've gained 300 or 400 subscribers, regarding both my video about disrespect to Southeast Asia and of course the amazing interview I did with Eric. Make sure you guys check out those videos on the channel, and yeah, definitely worth a watch. So thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been providing over the last few days, and it's really inspired me a lot to keep making some more videos. So I'm gonna take you guys outside right now. I'll show you outside of the apartment first. Okay guys, I am outside of my apartment right now. I usually enter through this little gate over here. I'm kind of in a private gated area, so you guys can kind of see right here in front of me. This is kind of this little area I live in, very local, right? But very peaceful for the most part. You do hear the occasional music that gets kind of loud sometimes, but it's really not bothersome in the context of, my living situation, my job. It's not overly distracting. So this is kind of a huge gated area here. Like I said, kind of a private little area here in this local part of town. So it's really nice too, because living in a tropical country like the Philippines, you also get a lot of fruit trees like up here. I don't know if that showed up on the video well or not, but that's a banana tree. And then there's also a calamansi tree around here too, which is kind of like our version of limes, but they're very, very small. So yeah, really cool. And then there's just some other plants here, right? I'm pretty sure this is another banana tree that's growing right there. So very, very easy to grow fruits here, and obviously tropical fruits especially. And then out here as well are the two stray cats that have been living here for years. They don't really have names, but I call her Mrs. Meow Meows, right? She's a little fidgety. And then Mr. Meow Meow, which kind of just chills out here, kind of does his own thing. And then she actually just had some kittens recently as well, right here. Look at them. Look how cute they are. Hi. Let me pick one up. See if he or she will freak out. Yeah. But they're kind of, I think now 2 weeks old, so they're starting to roam around slowly. They're still a little hesitant, but just so cute, man. Being able to, live in an area where there's just a bunch of life growing around you, and I don't know, just very peaceful and laid back. So I've really been enjoying that kind of lifestyle for a while now. And cats, man, I wasn't really a cat person before, but ever since I've kind of been living here more or less for 7-8 months, I've been getting more and more used to them, and I have to say I'm really having a liking towards them. All right guys, so this is kind of the entrance to my apartment right here. Like I said, the whole place is in a private gated area, so there's really no security issues here, right? So kind of just open this little gate. This is like a little patio area for my apartment. Nothing really special. I never really come out here, hang out or anything, but kind of nice. I have a little private gate as well, but the most important part obviously is inside the apartment. Let's check it out. And guys, let me tell you, I'm already sweating. I've only been outside for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, right? But here in the Philippines, right, the weather is really never changing, right? It's always same temperature pretty much every day. You're talking about 29 to 31, sometimes 32 degrees Celsius. And for us Fahrenheit guys, that's upper 80s, so sometimes 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's very hot, right? I'm from Florida, so the humidity is something I'm pretty used to for the most part, but I will say here in Philippines, it's generally much hotter for the most part. So it's definitely something I'm trying to get used to. Here in Philippines, it's only dry season or wet season, and there's really no in between. You know, for months, it's pretty dry for the most part, you know, some torrential downpours every so often, right? And during wet season, months of rain almost every day. And we're about to enter wet season here pretty soon. So we'll see how that goes. And anyways, guys, the part everyone's been waiting for, it's the front door. This is a studio apartment. So meaning that this is kind of, I'll try to zoom out here a little bit. Yeah, a little better view. Meaning this is kind of just a studio unit, no bedroom, right? Everything is kind of as is. So try to give you guys the rundown. There's really not a whole lot to show you. Obviously I showed you guys outside here, but turning left here, obviously you kind of have a circuit breaker here, garbage pile, laundry as well, right? Turning towards the right, really nothing here, just a curtain, which the sun is so bright, so intense. So I really have to, you know, put a big curtain here to kind of reduce as much light as I can. Coming here to my very ghetto computer setup. If you guys don't know, I am a ESL online English teacher. So I have this very, very ghetto setup here. I did have a larger laptop here previously, 18-inch gaming laptop, but I had to downgrade it a couple days ago. For one, I just wanted to have more desk space, but two, I wasn't really using, you know, the super high power gaming laptop for gaming. I just really work all the time. So I sold it, downgraded, and that's really been one of my best, you know, things I've done recently. So, but yes, it's a very, very ghetto setup. This table, which is really a coffee table used as my desk, is kind of leaning towards more towards one side. So I think it's starting to break, but this is kind of the setup. I use this as my office chair. I know it's a very fancy office chair. And then I use this as a little side table with a glass of water and some pants on top. So yeah, great setup. As for the bed though, you know, one of the reasons I really found this place interesting was because it's a queen size bed, which for me is kind of the standard. You know, being 6'5", that was really important for me to have a bed that was able to support me, and obviously my girlfriend, who's actually coming here at the end of this month. So stay tuned for some videos there. But the number one thing was having a good air conditioning system. So this is a split type aircon. I keep it around 24 to 25 Celsius, which is very comfortable for me. And that's kind of what I've been doing since then. Turning around here, obviously nice flat screen TV. I was just doing some peso to dollar conversions because I don't always have the price conversion at the top of my head. So that kind of helps me out. And ironically enough, I was putting my YouTube channel there. Thank you guys so much for 2.5 thousand subscribers. I really hope by the end of the month we can get close to 3K as long as I'm pushing out content. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. That would be great. So that's pretty much it for this area. I mean, there's not a whole lot to see, guys. Have a full-size fridge here, right? Great, obviously, to have as much space as possible. Really not a whole lot inside of it at the moment. Just have some basic containers and stuff up here. Some cheese powder, I don't know why. Coffee grounds, mocha pot, right? And then all of my cleaning stuff, bathroom stuff, right? Little llama up there from Peru. Shout out to Peru, Peruvians. And then coming in here is the kitchen. Really not a whole lot to show in here. Obviously I have the electric stovetop cooker, so useful for everything. I use it pretty much every day. And then, come on guys, if you're in the Philippines, you gotta have a rice cooker. That's the number one thing you have to have. Speaking of which, I put my bag of rice over here. So always have rice available. Turning into here is the bathroom. Really nothing that special. If you guys are coming to the Philippines, it's very common to have, my hand is shaking a lot. It's very common to have these kind of shower heads here with these heating systems. So it's not like a built-in heating thing that you would get back in the West. So pretty basic bathroom, really nothing special at all about this. So, but you know, it's great that I kind of have a decent bathroom area. So when you're showering though, yes, expect stuff around your toilet's gonna get wet. You know, it's important to sweep, mop, make sure it's clean. And then kind of coming out here to the last area outside, I have a little backyard area. Floor is very dirty out here. This is something that needs to be swept, but this is a great place to do your laundry. Obviously the outflow of the air conditioning goes out here. And this is also where I fill up my mop. So you can come over here, turn on a little water, right? And you can fill that up or do your laundry as well. Hang up your laundry, and it's very, very hot out here. So it's a great place to dry your laundry. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. That is essentially the room tour, the apartment tour. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. As for costs, right, just to, break it down quickly, my rent is about 7,000 pesos, which, as I mentioned before, is about 122 USD, which for this place, honestly, is a fantastic deal. I mean, where in the United States are you going to, or really anywhere in the West or many countries, are you going to get a nice place like this for 120 USD per month? So for where I live, for what I have, it's great. I think it's fantastic. As I mentioned in one of the videos I did on Alex's channel, Living Abroad, or Asia Now, some of you guys know, I mentioned how I live on a pretty tight budget, 800 USD to 1,000 USD. So, trying to reduce the amount of cost for my rent was important, but equally as important was my electric costs, right? Which, as I mentioned before, right? I downgraded my laptop because before, guys, I was paying over 11,000 pesos, which is 190 USD, like almost twice the amount my rent costs. So I've now got it all the way down to about 7,000, and trying to get on the verge of getting it down to 5K, right? And that might include raising the temperature a little bit more on the air conditioning, turning it off when I don't, necessarily need it all the time. Just finding any little way to reduce your electric costs really help you, especially for some of you guys who want to come here to this country, live on a tighter budget like myself, and try to save a little bit of money if you can. I find it difficult to still save money often, but I would say that the lifestyle I live is certainly comfortable enough for me. So either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Really just kind of put together. I didn't really have any plans going into this, but I'm so happy being in this country, guys. It's just been such a great experience. And wow, all the support, as I mentioned, over the last few days has been amazing. And guys, I don't usually do this, but I did today just make a couple extra ways you guys can support me extra if you want to. I first of all made the Buy Me a Coffee link. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's basically a service in which you guys can, send money to me, put your information, right? I can shout you out for future videos if you want, or if you want to be anonymous, you totally can. But just a way to provide extra support if you guys want to help me invest in getting a new desk instead of a basic coffee table. That might help a lot. And I put my PayPal as well in the link. So if you guys want to support me extra, please, it would mean the world to me as well. Obviously not required, just you guys watching the video, subscribing, just asking questions means the world to me as well. So either way, thank you guys so much for watching the video, as I said. And if you guys have any suggestions for upcoming videos, as I said, my girlfriend will be here soon. Girlfriend review, Filipino girlfriend review. So that'll be exciting. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I've been going on long enough. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.